Hi, welcome. Thank you to all those subscribers and the new subscribers, or the old subscribers that have liked my Turkey videos. I loved it there. First time I've ever been there. And there's been loads of likes, loads of feedback, loads of comments. A couple of people have been asking me questions about Turkey and about the place we stayed. I'm no expert, been there Turkey once. That was the only time. But yeah, we definitely want to be going back there. We loved it. Met some lovely people there. Really, really friendly. So if you've got any reservations about Turkey, don't just go for it, because naively, a bit old-fashioned on me, I know it's strange, but I sort of thought Turkey was sort of like old mud hut building type places and old bricks, and it's well far more modern than I ever thought, I must admit. And the place we stayed was lovely, so I just wanted to sort of put this little video out and answer a few questions. By all means, if you've got any more questions, just drop a line below, a little comment below. So never been to Turkey in our lives. We flew out with Jet2. We used to do a lot of package tours years ago, and then we started booking up the hotels and flights and transfers ourselves. And then we sort of, I think we landed at Portugal years ago, Jill and I, and we saw these Jet2 coaches, looked into it, and for the price, I really rate Jet2. You can't beat it, obviously, unless you've got loads of money, you go private on your own private jet. But that's not happening anytime soon to me. So yeah, we've been using Jet2 quite a few years now for different holidays, and we've had a couple of holidays this year so far. But Turkey, great place. So I just wanted to answer a couple of questions that people have been asking me, commenting on my videos. So we landed at Dalaman Airport. We bought a Jet2. Was it an early flight? No, it was a late flight, I think. Yeah, we got there quite late. We got there at midnight, so yeah, it was a late flight. I think I had too many beers at that point, yeah. Afternoon flight, a few beers at Stansted Airport, bit of food, Stansted Airport, couple of beers on the plane. And apart from, I must admit, Dalaman Airport has been really, really, apparently, refurbed and done up in the last couple of years, apparently. I met a couple of people on the coach, on the minibus, actually. More of that later. Apparently the airport's been really, really done up, and it was smart as you like. The only thing is I wanted to go to the toilet quickly. Luckily it was only a quick wee, because the toilet literally was a hole in the ground with a porcelain hole in the ground. So lucky I wasn't doing anything else, which I thought was really strange at a posh airport. But that's the only dodgy toilet I saw for the whole holiday. Come out of Dalaman Airport in the evening. The staff were exceptional. The Turkish people are so friendly, really, really friendly. Because of the wages and the weak lira at the moment, the Turkish lira, it's quite cheap out there at the moment. I think the money's not as stable as the euro or the UK pound. So yeah, you do get a lot for your money in Turkey. It's not as cheap as you would have thought. I would imagine it was a lot cheaper years ago, but it's a bit like Spain and France and places like that in the old days, when you had the old pesetas and stuff and francs. You know, you used to get massive bargains, but it's simple. The prices are creeping up and up and up. They've obviously, like everyone else, they're just coming out of COVID, so they're in a little bit of a recession. But I suppose prices are going up slightly. We had our holiday was in end of April, sorry, beginning of May. So it was a little bit cheaper, and then the swim up pool was another £100 per person. We had a lovely swim up pool. We looked at rebooking later on this summer, and the swim up pool had gone up to about £250, £300 per person at that particular time in the summer this year. So the price is going up and up and up. So we may be going back there, I think September, October time, I'm not sure yet. So we landed at Dalaman Airport. Staff were fantastic, and there was a couple of coaches there, but predominantly there were like minibuses. And when we found a minibus, it literally dropped us off. I think one was cancelled, one hotel was cancelled. So literally the people on the minibus, they'd all had a few drinks, all had a bit of a chat and a laugh. They were all sort of my age or a little bit older, because I think it was out of season. There's no children on that particular trip because it wasn't school holidays. Had a bit of a chat and had a bit of a laugh on the minibus. The minibus was a Mercedes. I mean, you just left your cases out the back, and the guy was as good as gold. The minibus was virtually brand new. USB ports, LED lighting. It was, honestly, it was awesome. From the airport to the hotel, I think took about 45, 50 minutes. The roads, believe it or not, were actually built up roads, proper roads. If you know anything about the Turkish roads, can someone get back to me and tell me how they've done that block? I mean, they're all block paved. I mean, was it done with a machine or did they do it by hand? Because every single road out there, although they're bumpy and up and down, a bit rough, they are block paved. They're unbelievable. I mean, it's not like a load of tarmac rolled out. It's like individual blocks. Christ knows how long that took. So, in the minibus, had a little chat, bit tired, got to the hotel. I think it was about midnight we got there. Maybe I think about 11:30, 12 or so, quite late. Knackered, long old day. It's a 4-hour flight from where we were, which is one of the longer flights for a holiday like that. But it's a nice place to go. Jiva or Eva Resort, which is what I'm actually going to talk to you about now. The Jiva Resort, whatever, I can't remember how they pronounce it now. On one of my videos, you'll see the guy in the 24-hour bar telling me off. He's pronounced it for me. I think Eva. Anyway, whatever. If you watch my other videos, you'll see the resort we stayed at. Lovely place. Having said that, a few people asked me a couple of questions about the place, and then when I've looked at the profiles and places they've stayed, there are some fantastic places in Turkey. So I wouldn't say that's the best place on Turkey. There are some stunning places. Turkey's just a lump of land, and on the coast it looks like just literally. I mean, all the resorts are pretty new. They're also, unlike Spain, where they're sort of getting older because they developed it a long time ago. I think Turkey's sort of, I don't know, last 10 years of building places, and they're sort of relatively new. There's not many high-rise blocks in the outskirts. Anyway, got to the airport, short journey to the hotel, Jiva Beach Resort, and checked us in. Some Turkish lads come straight up to you. Obviously, I want tips. Now, someone asked me about money, and I've been told this on many occasions now. You can take Turkish lira, you can take pound notes or euros. Don't go mad exchanging loads of money up before you go. It's not worth it. Just take a load of pound notes in your back pocket. They love pound notes because it's a bit of a more stable currency. They take lira, they take cards. It's more modern than you think, you know. We took some money specifically to tip the driver, but I mean, we all sort of threw a couple of quid in a pot sort of thing. I mean, when you look it up, I looked it up, I think a cleaner earns like a couple of £100 a month or something silly. Go on the internet, go on Google, do a quick search and look at their wages, and then you'll realise that if you tip them, exchange rate, talking about exchange rates, when we went, I think it was 1.8. So the easy maths, I've said to people before, the easy mathematics is 20 lira is £1. I think that's right. It's 1.8, 1800 lira, 18 lira to £1. But if you for easy maths, if you make it 20 lira to £1, I think that's right. But do a little bit of research before you go. So when you're sort of getting a wad of money out like that, it's nothing. So when you tip the cleaners, if you want to tip them, or the young lads take your cases to, they don't actually want tips. I sat outside with this young lad when he dropped their cases off to the pool, showed us the pool, he said that bar's open up. I said, right, the pool you can use 24 hours a day. Apparently the swim up pools you can use 24 hours a day, as long as you're in that room. You don't want it, it's a bit cold in the evenings. I didn't see anyone swimming there at night. But Jiva Resort, Beach Resort, there's all the bars are shut in, but there's one, if you watch my video, you'll see it's open 24 hours a day. Little tip, if you go to the main restaurant on a daily basis and the desserts a little bit, if you get there late, desserts are a bit scattered about, or there's not one you want, or it's a little bit busy. If you're like me, you get a bit like claustrophobic and you've had your food, you just want to get out of there. Just come out of the restaurant, cross over the bridge, go to the 24-hour bar, and they've got loads of little desserts there. And they do coffees and teas there, as well as your cocktails and your drinks, 24/7. Great little place that is. Big hall, wasn't really used much, to be fair. Big room. If you watch the video again, the beach bar was open, I think, till 6 in the evening, 10 till 6. The pool bar, I think, was open till 9 till 10 or something, 9 in the morning till 10 at night. The lagoon bar, which is opposite my room, our room that we had, the lagoon bar was open from 6 till sort of midnight or 11 or whatever. Couple of little bars. I mean, where we were situated near the beach bar, where we stayed with the pool, we didn't really go up the top end because there was like more children up that end. Be sure to check out. Hi to the couple from Belfast next to our room. Go for a few. Get talking to people. Yeah. Couple next door to us from Belfast. Stuart, who got engaged with his lovely missus. told us about gave us a few hints and tips when we were there. So you get talking to people, and they'll give you, everyone's coming and going at different times, so it takes you a couple of days to settle down. But if you watch my videos, you'll have a look around, you can see what's going on there. For snacks, I think we went once or twice to the main restaurant for snacks, for lunch rather. But then if you go around the corner over the bridge, opposite the restaurant over the bridge, where the watch shop is, they do open doors, they do snacks outside there, and that's a nice little menu there, nice little menu. Gorgeous pizza, gorgeous bit of food actually. I'm sure it's all cooked fresh on the premises, and a little bar there as well. Have a little walk around one early morning, have a little suss it out. It's a lovely place. If you do go there, pop in and say hello to Georgie for me, the watch guy is still there, he hasn't done a runner. Not that you would, I bought my watch from here, we bought 4 watches, they're quite expensive. I looked them up on the internet. For those that are asking me about some clothes and goods out there, there's a handbag shop on the actual resort, which I thought was weird, and there's a watch guy selling watches, and which I thought was weird. This particular watch, I think there's £150, which is like pound notes, which is quite a few quid for a bit of an iffy watch. But I looked up on the internet, and they're quite a good quality one, they're a heavy one. There's a place there down the road, if you watch my video. So taxis, you just press a button outside. If the taxi doesn't arrive in a couple of minutes, the boss comes out, some old guy or some guy runs out of the office and shouts down the phone and hollers them, and then 5 taxis turn up. Taxis are fantastic. They fly down the road, and it's like, there's a set menu outside the hotel. I think you ring a bell outside the hotel. So we come out the hotel, there's a bell there, press the bell, taxi turns up, just like that. And you've got like a fixed menu. It's called Calis, C-A-L-I-S, but I think you pronounce it Chalice. Jump the cab down at there. Again, you see one of my other videos, you'll see what I mean. I think that's 50 Turkish lira, which is like sod all. Shoot down there, turn right to the beach. I think there's turtles on that beach. There's been shops and bars and restaurants. We never bothered doing that. We just went by accident. Go over the little bridge on the left where the taxi drops you off. When you go back, by the way, to the hotel, you've got a bell there. You've got these bells. You just ring these bells. The taxis are shooting up and down all day long. Brilliant. Go over the little bridge, walk the taxi to Chalice, to the market. I think the market's Sunday and Tuesday or whatever. Ask reception, they're helpful. Little bar there. If you go over the bridge at Chalice, you've got the water taxi on the right. I said this in one of my videos. Cross over this lovely little bar on the corner. Further down, go and see Turkish John. Turkish John, he runs a shop called Google Fashion. Obviously, a name like that, you know he's not selling legit clothing, really. Be prepared, people, gentlemen, if you've got to take your shirt off and try your shirt on, because they're different sizes, different makes, different sizes. I wear one now, actually. I bought loads, but if we go back this year, which I hope to go back this year, I think we'll be taking like virtually empty cases, and we'll literally go down there and buy some shirts and some shorts, a couple of t-shirts and shorts, some nice polo shirts. You're done for the week then, aren't you? So don't bother taking all your old gear. Don't even bother if you've got decent polo Ralphie shirts, Hugo Boss, Fred Perry, whatever at home. Don't even bother taking them, because no one believes that they're the real anyway. Because when you go out there, it's not even worth wearing any real gear, because people everyone's walking around in like Ralphie shirts and Fred Perry's, from young to old. Everyone's wearing. It's just, and someone said to me, "Are they any good?" Yeah, they are good. The clothing's good. Go and see Turkish John. If you get a water taxi, go to the market. The polo shirts there are decent. The watches wouldn't bother touching. You can't take them back. He's got different. There's loads of stuff for sale there. Loads of stuff. The market's incredible. It's massive. I think I've done a little video on that. It's a little bit of a. Come off the water taxi, turn left. Just your best easy route is just follow the water's bank round and round and round and round and round, and then cross the road. Well, watch my video, you'll see it. The market's good. Good clothes. I won't bother touching the watches there. They've got some really light ones for like 10, 20 quid. Don't bother. They throw away. The decent ones he's got there, 100, 150 quid. I wouldn't bother spending 100, 150 quid down the market. Little Georgie back at the resort will sort you out a watch if you want to watch. And they reckon, I spoke to one of the reps there. I won't mention what company he worked for, but he worked for one of the companies there. And he said he wasn't allowed to say. He said, but he's known Georgie for a few years and he's legit. Well, as legit as you can be selling dodgy gear, you know. A friend of mine was staying inland. He rates the buses. They're spelt Doomish or something. It's spelt Dolmus or something, Dolmus. But I think if you look up on the internet, it's pronounced Dolmush. And apparently these little buses, I looked it up for you guys to help you out, guys and girls. I looked it up. Apparently these buses do A to B, A to B, A to B all day long. They're on a fixed route every half hour or something. And they're cheap as you like. You buy one ticket, you go anywhere you want. But apparently these buses will pull up where you want. There's no fixed stops from what I gather. You just sort of ring a bell and get off, or wave it down and they pull up and jump on one of them. We never bothered. Taxis are so cheap. Just jump in a cab. You know, have a little chat. Well, I try and, whenever I go abroad, I always try and chat to the taxi drivers and make a fool of myself, really, because I always put on a silly accent, like a Turkish accent, or if I'm in Spain, I put on a Spanish accent. If I'm in Portugal, I put on a Portuguese accent. No one actually knows what the hell I'm talking about. So there you go. No change there then. So money. A beer, $2.40. If you're not on the resort, obviously it's all inclusive. I got a bit fed up in the end of the FS beer. I'm not a fan of that. I do like Superboc they're doing Portugal and the Spanish beers. I would say the only negative thing about the place we stayed was the drinking that lager day in, day out. It takes a toll on you. It's a tough life, I know. Sometimes you just want to go to the bar and ask for something different. Have you got a Foster's? Have you got a Heineken? Have you got a Carlsberg? Have you got a Superboc? It's just FS, and it's just like... That's why I started, if you watch one of my videos, I started drinking some cocktails of that, but they just do you up even worse, don't they? But don't go mad. Take my advice. Everything in moderation. So I've covered the shops, money. Yeah, don't take loads of lira with you. It's not worth it. Just take pound notes in your back pocket. It goes a long, long way. Someone told me if you want to tip the maids come around every day. We tip our maid at the very end of the week, a couple of maids. They're as good as gold. But someone told me if you pull the duvet over, just flatten it out, put money on the duvet, they'll take that money as a tip. So don't go leaving money on the... But any money you leave anywhere else, any goods in your room, they will not touch. One day we came back, I'd done this big fancy duck thing. I think she was after tips and tipped her for a couple of days. Big fancy duck with all petals, and it looked gorgeous actually. I don't know if they thought we was getting married or something, I don't know. But looked gorgeous, bit of a pain in the backside. We had to tidy it all up really, but you know, it looked nice. So maids, food, you just basically eat 24/7 there, really. Well, not 24/7, but they do 2 breakfast sittings, which is weird. Which one was 8 till 10 and one's 10 till 11. It's just, it's all blended into one, I think. I don't know what that was all about, but I'm a fussy eater. You couldn't get proper bacon, couldn't get proper full English. But if you go down to Calis, over the bridge, the little pub on the corner opposite, he does a lovely proper full English. Now since I've had COVID, I've gone off sausages, two little secret there. His breakfast was proper. If you're like me, like proper English breakfast. If you like your continental stuff and all that, don't bother about it. A la carte restaurants. I think there's 2 or 3 a la carte restaurants, 3 or 4, I think, on the Jiva Beach Resort a la carte restaurants. You get to eat in one of those for free. They're only 10 or 12 quid a head anyway, but you get to eat one of those for free. We went in the Asian one on recommendation of somebody. I'm not sure. I'll try one of the others, I think, next time. But when you get to that hotel, within the first couple of days, pop into the reception, or I think there's near the reception, there's a little room there, a couple of girls there, pop in there and book your a la carte restaurant, because that gets booked up. We sort of went in there on a Tuesday, we couldn't get booked till the first, like 2 days, 3 days later. And they got time slots. I was quite happy with that food, but it's free anyway. If you go back and visit again more than once, you get a black wristband as opposed to a blue wristband. Means you've been there before. You get a bit of a discount on premium drinks. All the drinks are free, but there are some premium drinks you have to pay a small fee for. It's not really worth it unless you're really into your whiskies or vodka. If you're a bit fussy with your vodka and you want a certain vodka, then you have to pay a premium. It's on the menu on the right hand side. I personally didn't bother. There's no other beers. I mean, I would have paid £1 or 2 for a different beer, to be fair. But staff all pleasant, do anything for you. Everything's clean and tidy. Your money does go a long way. So when you go outside, I think a breakfast is 4 or 5 quid. A beer's £2. You can see places that do beers for £1.50, £1.20, £2. You won't be paying £3 or anything more than £3 for a beer over there, buying a beer. You don't really need to go out. We popped out to a restaurant to meet some friends who we knew were staying there at the time. Lovely couple next to us from Belfast, Stuart and his missus. They actually got engaged down at the Blue Lagoon. We didn't do that. If I went again, we didn't really have time, but if I went again, I'd go and visit the Blue Lagoon. meant to be one of the most photographed beaches in Turkey, or what it's meant to be the nuts. I must admit, I don't ever do the chats that they do. I normally like to get straight in the sun, but we did on this holiday. We'd never been to Turkey before, so the Jet2 guy done a 15-20 minute little chat upstairs when we first got there the next morning after breakfast. They had a load of trips to go through, and I wish I'd done a couple of trips, to be honest with you. But you can do the trips yourself, but it just gives you an idea. It's got a book. There's no high pressure sounds. I wish I got the Blue Lagoon. We didn't. I wish I'd done a couple of other things. I wish I'd done the Turkish bath thing. I think they do that down the road on site. I can't remember now, but I wish I'd done that now. So if we go back, I might get one of those done, or a massage or something. The Turkish baths and that, the mud bath or something's meant to be really, really good. They reckon if you have that before you start sunbathing, it cleanses your skin, and then you start sunbathing, you get a really nice tan. Have I covered everything? The buses, the taxis, the money, clothes. The clothes aren't as cheap as it looked. We did spend a few quid on clothes. I mean, the shirts were sort of like about 12 quid a go. Now, in the UK, you can go to Matalan, Primark, these cheap shops. You've got them all over. And the clothes, you can buy shirts for 5 quid. So there's clothes over there, but they were designer shirts, but they weren't sort of real designer shirts, but they were, if you know what I mean. To me, they was good quality. So you're getting an 80, 90 pound shirt for, 12 quid. Don't forget, because it's summer there, when you come home, we've got winter over here, you get some lovely Ralph Lauren jumpers and that over there as well. So make women in your case, treat yourself some nice clothes. Go and see Silly Bollocks down the road. If you go and visit Turkish John, say live for John the guy with the camera said hello. I think he subscribes to my channel now actually, so he might be watching this. Hi Turkish Johnny boy. Go down the road, opposite there's a handbag shop there, Silly Bollocks. He's a bit of a nutter. Nice bloke you ever meet. He'll go and get you a beer from next door. Try and get leather bags, but he's got loads of bags. But have a good look at them and do him a little deal. But again, they're not cheap. You get like they're still £30, £40 for a bag. They're not like fivers, but then you're getting a lot. Supposedly you get an £800, £900 bag. But we've compared some of the bags we bought to my daughter's proper ones, and they are, they're on par. Some of them, some are not. You got to look at the stitching like anything. So clothes. I mean, just look at the stitching, look at the fit, and they wash up all right. So I've got no qualms about that. Clothes, price of clothes, food, beer, it's all pretty cheap. We spent a few quid, but we did buy a load of bits and pieces in the shops. If you watch the videos I put out, we did go a bit mad shopping. I think we went back, would be a bit calmer, we was a bit excitable. We loved it. We went in end of April, May, and it wasn't hot. We had a couple of hazy days. That's why we went down the market one day. Still warm, obviously better than the UK, but it wasn't top-notch sunbathing with those. So we was told if you got weather like that, that's the ideal time to go out and about, do a little bit of walking about. That's end of April, beginning of May. I think it's really nice in June, July. We was told August. The actual Turkish people told us it's too hot in August. They've had heat waves over there before, and it's hit 40, 50. But check the weather before you go. If you want to go in August, down to you, but I don't know. Even the minibus driver that picked us up from the airport on the way home said he's had people come back from Turkey that say it's too hot. So, you can be uncomfortable. You don't want it too hot. So just check the weather. You might like it really, really hot, I don't know. Beach is lovely. Bit stony because it's like a volcanic type. It's stony, but you got all free chairs, free bar down there. Really, really, really nice. I wish I stayed there for longer. We hope to go back this year. 4-hour flight, but settle down, close your eyes, have a beer or whatever. It's definitely worth it. Definitely be going back to Turkey again, amongst other places. I won't be doing so many videos this time. We might go back to the same place. I'd like to give it a go. I know the place now. I know a couple of people have measured me and said they've got to swim at pool. Someone just measured me the other day and said, thanks for the videos. They've literally 3 or 4 doors up from us. They got to swim up. And they love it. You can work out the room numbers where I was. That's all, people. That's the little video I promised a couple of people. A couple of people asked me questions about this, that and the other. I think I've covered everything. If I haven't, just put some comments below. I'm no expert. I've only been to Turkey once, but obviously I want to go back. But that particular resort, I liked it. There are other resorts there, obviously, and they look awesome. But I can only go by the one I stayed at. Staff are fantastic. Everyone I met in Turkey was so friendly. So if you're Turkish and you're watching this and you can't understand what I'm saying, if you speak English, whether you're in Turkey now or you come to the UK, hats off to your people, because they are such a friendly bunch of people, really friendly, and you get a little bit more for your money than over there than you do in the UK at the moment. So thank you for watching. I hope that's answered most of your questions. A couple of questions that people are asking me about clothes and watches and stuff. Going to get a watch. Have a little check on the internet. It's all fake, but it's up to you what you want to spend. Spend loads, spend nothing. Whether you stay at the resort where you stayed at, or whether you stay at another resort, if you do stay at a resort, actually, put a link below, and I'll check it out. And if you do stay at the Jiva Beach Resort, let me know what you think. Got any more questions? Just ask below, and I'll see if I can help you out. I'll do my best. Thank you for watching. Cheers. Bye bye.